Let me show you now.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing on this fine Sunday evening? We've got some fun stuff to talk about. I mean, Messi's back. We win. Lots of good stuff to talk about. Maybe some concerning issues here and there that we should discuss. So, lots of fun things to talk about as always. So, let's get into the chat and start getting active. But as always, I don't do this by myself. Everybody say hello to the noisy man in the background, Uncle Ed. Ed, how you doing?
Peter Brown, how's it going? Is it? Can you hear all the background noise? Oh, really?
I could hear all the with you moving your camera around.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to do it from the car, so bear with us with the bad noise. If you guys don't like the bad noise, let us know, and I'll go. I will leave. Peter could do the show by himself.
I don't think anybody. I think everybody could put up with whatever noises you're going to make because they enjoy having you around. The warm and cuddly host of the show. You're whereas I'm a little more, not so much.
More gringo, that's for sure.
Anyways, everybody get active in the chat. Say hello. We'll start talking to you guys in a few minutes. But yeah, I mean, real quick, just to kind of set the table a little bit, bounce back. Obviously, last week we didn't do a show because I was in Orlando filming that disaster. So I've got some. If we have time at the end of the show, we could kind of talk about some things that I saw in Orlando as far as the stadium and the atmosphere and things like that that are a little bit different than what we have. That could be interesting, fun topic maybe at the end if there's time. But ran into Kevin Gonzalez there, who's I see in the chat, and bounce back from that to then winning. So Messi's back, but then there's some maybe potential issues there, so we should discuss that. Then also, there are so many player changes going on right now that I feel like we have to talk about some of these things. I already see somebody in the chat talking about Drake. And so it seems like everybody is up for sale unless you're from Argentina. But we'll get into all of that in a little bit. Let's start off by saying thank you to our sponsor, and that's Caneswear. You guys need to go to Caneswear to get all your Inter Miami gear. Support us by supporting them. Go to caneswear.com, and all orders over $99 ship for free. If you don't want to, place an order on the website, go to the store. The store's great. Lots of good stuff in that store on University Drive, just south of 595 in Davie. So go check them out and have some fun with that. All right. And also, if you want to, you can leave a voicemail, 786-474-4435. I know we don't really promote that as much lately, but give us a call and we'll get you on the show. But also,
I had to put sorry, Peter, I had to put the mute on because it started raining over here, and so there's extra noise. So I'm muting.
Oh, great. Well, I could use some rain over here. I just was doing some of my yard work today. And it's just like, with owning a home, it's one thing after the other. I've got a pool problem, that I bought the part for, but I couldn't remove the old part. Feels like it's like you might have to cut some things. I'm going to have to hire a professional. And then on top of that, I go to, because I cut the grass and I was like, you know what? Let me turn on the sprinklers. No, not working. So in this heat, you got to have your sprinklers working. Otherwise, I'm going to have nothing but brown grass. So, got to get that working. So, it's always something.
Fortunately, it rains a lot in South Florida.
I need the rain is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Well, it hasn't been raining a lot lately, though, Ed. So, hasn't been. Let's say hi to a few folks in the chat. Start off with, Mr. Krabs, who's in here. Kevin Gonzalez is here as well. Great bounce back win last night. Louis Rodriguez is here as well. Bobby Weller is from the Pacific Ocean, Papua. Wow, that's super cool. Thanks for tuning in. Damian Guzman is here. Of course, One World, One Goal is here. Probably watching some NASCAR in the background too. I'm just going to guess. Greetings from Chile from Michael Donnelly. Nice. I love his little um, thumbnail there for Def Leppard, it looks like. And that's it for now. So get anybody else that jumps in the chat, get involved, and we'll start talking. But and then there's some questions in there about rumors and things like that. So we'll get to a lot of that. But let's, I guess, first start off by we named this episode what it was, moment of magic, because that was something that Ed said during the game, and I was like, that's a good title for tonight. So it was to me, Ed, it was like this game just it was good and bad, right? It's good that we bounced back from that terrible loss against a very good Orlando City. Orlando also won this weekend against Kansas City. Not a great team this year. LA Galaxy, a horrible team this year, and still at times looked pretty good against us. That's concerning.
Yeah, yeah. I was afraid because it looked like it was going to be a tie for a little bit, and so we were pretty nervous. And then, like I said, it only takes a moment of magic, is what I told Peter. And sure enough, from Messi, he did his magic, and we even got an extra bonus from Luis Suarez, who needed to score
Yeah.
because he was hitting the pole. He was missing, so it was he needed that, I think, to make him believe he could score again.
So, but the commentary is quite often with us is that we are Messi dependent. And this game was just another example. So had it not been for Messi stepping on the field, this game might have ended 1-1 because we had the Jordi Alba goal, great goal, but we seem to struggle to get anything else going on the attack without Messi in the lineup. And so, what I was thinking about is like, last year he got hurt, and I don't remember how long he was out with that ankle problem after Copa America. What was it, like a month or two? He was out for a while, and we did really well. We won a lot of games without him. That was a very different team than this year. Different coach, let's be honest. Better coach. Everybody that was like fire Tata or Tata out. I mean, better coach. But I don't think this squad, if for God forbid, if something were to happen seriously to Messi like they did last year, we're done. We are more Messi dependent this year, even though they keep bringing in better players, bigger names, somehow making it work. We're still, you would think with players like DePaul and Suarez and Busquets and all that kind of stuff that we still could win without him, without Messi. Like Messi could take a night off against, especially when we're playing against a bad team, and we could win. But doesn't look like we can against a bad team. Is LA Galaxy, have they like broke the record for being from like first to worst, winning the MLS Cup and then being the worst team in the league? I mean, like, I don't know if any other team has done it so quick. I mean, they got bad so fast.
It was like from one day to the next, they were like the worst team in Major League Soccer, having won it. They got rid of a few players, and they just, that was it. That was it for them. Hopefully, that won't happen with Inter Miami if we win a championship. Though, I'm sure they're pretty. They're going to be hurting, especially now that there's a couple players that are coming. That they're gonna, if we win the championship, everybody wants more money, and it's going to be tough to be able to fit more players unless Major League Soccer decides to give hopefully another DP spot, or more GAM and TAM and all those abbreviations that only Peter Brown knows, because I barely can keep up with all that stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs mentions I would love to have Payne still on Inter Miami. I said that exact same thing last night. I told Ed, watch this guy. He is good. I think you probably mentioned it in the game day vlog. It's probably I haven't
Yeah.
gotten a chance to watch it, but
Yeah, I'm sure it's there. I haven't watched it. I was
quickly
editing while
edited.
everybody was sleeping. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I wasn't able to listen into it. I was just editing, and hoping that no bad word went through, which I don't think did. So I guess we're good.
I mean, my Orlando video had some bad words in it, but it wasn't by me, and it was by a large amount of people. So, Bobby Weller is saying Galaxy is still in the League's Cup, right? Yes, they are somehow. So it's like they're doing
Surprising.
terrible in MLS, but yet somehow have done pretty well in League's Cup. And
Yeah, it's weird how they're able to do that, being so bad in Major League Soccer.
yeah, and Payne still, man, he is just so good. But as I was saying it to you, Ed, during the game, apparently he can't do it on his own. I mean, that's really what it amounts to.
No,
Is
and Peter was ready to sign him that moment. I mean, he was
I
ready to
want him.
jump down there and say, "Dude, come over. We'll get rid of a couple people."
Imagine him on our team.
Wow, he can run and recover
Damien
that ball.
Damien Guzman wants him too. Yeah, me too. I want him. So yeah, lots of. I mean, it was a fun game, but at the end of the day, I was like, they're a bad team, and we won 3-1, but thank you to Messi, right? So, and I hate when I read all the commentary from the people that only are here for Messi, um, and that dislike the rest of the team. There's quite often I hate when they like bag on all of our players that I may like Fafa, and but they were right on this one. Not saying that all the players are bad, but the fact that without Messi, we're nothing. At least right now, and that's a concern. That's a problem. That's something that this organization, this coach needs to work on because as he gets older, he's going to get hurt. And also, I don't know if you saw, I didn't notice it in the game, but I noticed it on Twitter of him holding his hamstring area during the game, kind of bent over, massaging his leg. And then there was kind of some drama on Twitter about him leaving the field early. I mean, like literally as the whistle was blown, and then basically getting out of the stadium the first one out. I know our friend Franco Panizzo had like a little video of him kind of walking out, to his car,
He
and
booked, man. He got out quick.
quick.
He wasn't staying for nothing. Yeah.
So, I mean, the natural jump to conclusion is, oh, is he hurt and he needs to get out of there or whatever. I looked at it like, hey, man, the guy might have some plans. He might have to go take his wife out to party or something.
Wasn't there a concert or something going on? I think that's probably what he was. He was like, "Oh, just enough time for us to get going."
There was a
Yeah,
concert because my daughter was babysitting
because of that, right?
for, for a friend of my wife. And this woman is a lawyer and she gets like box seats to all the shows at the Hard Rock. There was a concert. Who was it? I don't know. Say it in the chat if anybody can remember. There was somebody played at the Hard Rock. It was obviously a big deal. And yeah, there was a concert.
I don't think he even showered, man. He just took off. He's like he probably changed in the car and they went to that concert or something, man.
I mean, he would have only seen like maybe the last song, but you never know.
Right.
Maybe he wants to go there, shake hands. You know what I mean? It's like,
Right.
go hang around the rich people. I'm
No,
just
he'll
saying,
probably call up and say, "Hey, man, I'm on my way. If you can hold it off for a little bit,
do an extra
you know,
encore.
there you go." Or have the whoever's doing the pre-show, go a little longer
Go a
or
little
repeat a
long. That's
song.
right. That's
Yeah.
right. It's so anyways, just I mean, the watching him leave quickly meant nothing to me. I'm just like, hey, look, there's a lot of things going on. He may just want to like get out and get on the road, go spend time with the family, go do something, whatever. I don't know. But the concerning thing was the images or the little bit of videos that I saw of him massaging his thigh because we need him for Wednesday. So
Yeah, and other people were saying that they saw him puking. I never saw him puke,
I didn't
but
see him throwing up. I didn't see
maybe
that at all.
they
Oh,
thought he
this is
was.
it. Thank you, Damien. That's what it was. The Weekend was playing this weekend.
I see what you did there. Yeah.
uh, Francisco Garcia is checking in as well.
All right.
Kevin Gonzalez mentioning that Inter Miami's radio play-by-play guy Ken LaVicka said that LA Galaxy is throwing all their hope on the League's Cup and given up on MLS. LA Galaxy will host the League's Cup final if they make it. Well, yeah, I mean, giving up on MLS for the season makes complete sense. They're in last place. I don't know if you can technically be eliminated yet, but if you can, they're damn close to it. Nobody. No, I'm just looking at the conference standings, and nobody is eliminated yet. So obviously, there's still a chance, but there's no chance. Let's be honest. There's no
There's a
chance.
chance, Peter Brown. There's
There is
always a
no
chance.
chance. Let's be real. There's no chance. Um, so you know. Anyways, that was my concern was that oh, here, Wycia said, and I wish I knew how to say your name. Masha said that post game that Messi had some discomfort. Yeah, well, you could see, like, that's what I was saying. You could see that, and so that's when I start wondering, did they rush him back? And should would a manager that had a little more cojones sit him? Because we all know that if
Fafa
Messi.
would, I would imagine.
I agree. We all know that if Messi says I'm playing, Messi's playing. But if you have a manager that could actually have a voice, and then maybe you sit him for the LA game. Although the LA game was important to us too, because we're trying to climb up the standings. We currently are in fifth place with 3 games in hand still, but we got to win those games. And if you lose a game against the worst team in the league, so it kind of was a very important game for us. So, but I do get concerned that just maybe they kind of rushed him back a little bit. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs says Messi was at the Coldplay concert. Yeah, he was. He was. That was all over social media. That was a few weeks back, maybe 3 weeks ago or something. That was all over social media when he got up on that camera. So yeah, maybe he was rushing out to see The Weeknd. Who knows? Who knows?
And at Coldplay, they called him the GOAT and everything, so that was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. There was some proper respect there. So, One World, One Goal likes your OG Southern Legion shirt.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So, finally, Suarez scores. How happy was he? How happy were we that Suarez finally gets off the schneid? I mean, he did score in the Leagues Cup as well, but in MLS play, he finally scores. As we're yelling at him, we've got our buddy Julio sitting with us and basically defending him all the time. And to Julio's point, I mean, he is the assist leader in this team, so he is doing something very valuable with this team. And what an assist that would have been, that back heel that he did had it not been offsides to Segovia. That was an amazing assist. But at the end of the day, we still expect him to score goals. And what's, I think, the most frustrating is sometimes you see him get an opportunity that should be an easy goal for him, and he misses those. So it was really, really good to see him get that goal. And speaking of assists, what an assist from Messi. That was just pure magic. So he gets a goal and assist. I mean, the MLS pundits were saying this could be assist of the year. No look back
Yeah.
heel.
And if you guys missed it, you could watch it on our vlog that we put out this morning. I was able to get all the goals as opposed to Peter Brown, who doesn't have the reflexes that apparently I do. He's a little older than me, so you guys got to bear with him. Old man.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Old man. I can relate with Suarez.
No, there you go.
Except my knees actually work. Oh, here, interesting, Francisco. Let's talk a little bit about Fafa. I only ask one thing from Suarez: stop bullying Fafa. And I watched the game back, and yeah, I was watching, Suarez saying things to Fafa speaking back to him. I don't know if it's so much bullying as much as, they're just pushing each other. I don't know. But Fafa finally gets a start, and I think, you may have people that sit there and say, well, he didn't score. He sucks. He had opportunities. He didn't score. He makes a difference when he's in the game. He may not always score, but neither does Suarez, right? And that's his job. But he made such a difference. He's fast. He stretches the field. I mean, he gets into good positions. I mean, I think he had a great game.
I agree. He had a real good game. I was. He does a lot of work, and it shows, man. A lot of people, they probably think that he's a striker. He really isn't. He's more of the guy that does the assists, and he holds on to the ball really well. He helps us with possession. He's got speed still. He's like in this,
I think he's the
you know,
fastest guy on the team.
definitely.
Maybe,
He's still got
maybe
speed, and he's what 34, I think, but he's still
I
good, man.
something like that. I'd like to see him race Jordi Alba. That'd be a good
Oh,
race.
that'd
Those
be good.
guys are both
That'd be a
really,
good
really
one.
fast.
They're all both older, but yet they can still play.
Yeah, yeah. Some questions here. I got several topics I want to jump around to, but I do see that we have somebody new I've never seen here before. So let's say hi to Nazer. You're in from Canada, big Messi fan. Welcome. I don't understand this question here, but if you want to give more detail, I have a question. Season pass now for good seed. I don't understand that, but season pass is how you watch MLS games. If that's what you're asking, I don't know. So if you
He's
want to
probably
like,
talking about the playoff. Maybe I would think that he's talking about for maybe how we are
oh, okay,
how
winning in the
seeds
MLS to
are.
get a good seed in the
Yeah.
playoffs. Okay, maybe. He had one more question, and then we'll move on. Talking about, do we know when it's going to be the first game in the new stadium? No, we don't, because we don't know when the stadium's going to be finished. So it looks like it's moving along. We have a construction video that Ed did what, a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago, something like that.
Week and
Um,
a half.
yeah, and so you can see the progress there, and it's making really good progress, but there's still so many finishing touches. There's still so much to do. Who knows?
Yeah, if you guys are follow us on our social media, I also put a video that one of our friends sent to us, Ricky Ricardo. He was actually flew over Miami and he was able to take the video, so that was pretty cool. So follow us on our social media on X and formerly Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, all those.
And we don't ever say this, but there is a little bell icon on here and on YouTube. Click that, because then you'll just be notified whenever we put up a new video. And there's sometimes we've been trying to get these game day vlogs up quicker, because I think some people you guys that are watching from all around the world, what may be 3 a.m. to us may be like 3 p.m. to them, right? Or something like that. So I know, like, my Orlando video, I think I got that up at like 3 in the morning, right? Now it didn't get that many views because we lost. But 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 we're trying to get them up quick. So you never know, in other words, when they may pop up. So click that bell icon. So
And Messi didn't play, so that's probably why people didn't
yeah, yeah.
watch.
It's fine. But anyways, hey, so I know a lot of people want to, let's bounce around, I guess, a little bit, because I saw a lot of people talking in the chat just about new players and stuff like that. And we do know here that we do have a new defender that should be announced soon. Gonzalo, what's his last name? Pavio? Something like that. I was assuming Ed would jump in. What's his name?
Yeah.
Piovi.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Piovi.
Yeah, Yovi, something like that. I don't
Piovi.
know. I'm not too good at it either, Peter. So your guess is
So
as good as mine.
So apparently this is him saying goodbye. That's what the rumor is, at least with people saying this is him on the field with his family saying goodbye to Cruz Azul, because he supposedly we're signing him for Inter Miami. So new central defender. Now I did look him up. One thing I had concern about him. I don't know much about him. I haven't seen a lot of Cruz Azul games. I guess I should go back and watch some of the League's Cup games and see how he did. But he's only 5'11". That did concern me. He's my height, and I don't think I'm short, but I'm average, right? And I prefer my defenders to be taller. And like, look, looks
At
like you have
least
something
six
you want
two.
to. What?
At least 6'2".
Right, that's what
That's
I
a good
prefer.
height.
Now, I mean, like, what? I know that everybody doesn't have to be tall, but at least I have one of them back there that's kind of tall. Like, that's what's good about Aviles. I know Aviles makes a lot of mistakes, but at least he's got some height that's good on corners and things like that, and winning headers. So I don't know a whole lot about this guy. If you guys know more about him in the chat, let us know. But he's supposedly on his way. Um, is there anybody else that we've heard about, Ed, that's coming? Because I beyond him, I haven't really heard much.
Yeah, they're apparently they're talking to a forward, but they haven't mentioned who it is, and I haven't seen any the rumorville anybody
Time's
that's
running out.
yeah. So they need to make things happen now. Otherwise, I think that's it. But we do need somebody because the Ecuadorian guy hasn't been playing because apparently he got injured. So and he hasn't had any minutes. So I'm worried that maybe he
Abondo,
wasn't what they thought he was. Yeah, Obando hasn't played,
Abondo, yeah.
so he might not be what they thought he was.
One
And
World is saying, wasn't there another Argentine defender? I mean, this is the Argentine defender.
yeah,
Unless there is another one, but this is the one that I'm aware. He plays in the Mexican League, but he is an Argentine.
yeah.
So Damian Guzman is saying, what about Ochoa? I haven't heard any rumors about Ochoa coming to Inter Miami.
Yeah, nothing.
So, but then again, I mean, there's always rumors. I mean, but that's so that's one thing we can kind of jump into a little bit is that they're losing so many players all of a sudden. We're apparently, oh yeah, Mr. Krabs, hang on, saying why didn't we try to get Kaylor Navas? I don't know. I mean, but they may have talked to all these players. Who knows how it goes? But but the rumors are, I say rumors because there is nothing official yet, that Drake Callender is getting shipped off to Charlotte, right? So it's a good rumor in that it came from Tom Bogert, who is a respected insider in MLS. But there's I actually yesterday I was like, did I miss this? Did it slip under the radar and I didn't notice it? I went to the Inter Miami website to see if there's any news about the transfer. I even went to the Charlotte website to see if it was mentioned that, hey, we got a new player. There's nothing there. So it's not, it hasn't been announced. But and I'll be honest, I would take a healthy calendar, and this may be, people may not agree with me, but I'll take it over Ustari. Ustari's good, but I like Calendar. Ustari's good with his feet. I think Calendar's better with his hands. But regardless, they're letting him go. They're letting so many players go right now. We just let go of
Redondo,
Redondo,
we
which
lost money on him.
lost money on him, and he actually ends up getting, like, he's going to La Liga. He was moving up, and we lost
Yeah,
money.
and we lost money.
How does that happen?
Apparently, they sold him for 2.5, and they retain 50%. So that would only put him at what, 5 million? Well, of course, whatever the deal is, hopefully they'll be able to sell him to somebody else, and then maybe Inter Miami will make their money back somehow. I think that's the hope. They're crossing their fingers on that one. But they needed to make space apparently to get this new player. They had to actually. I don't know if Redondo how it worked out because he does didn't he occupy a international spot, or maybe because he was one of the under 23 guys.
Redondo. Yeah, see. Okay, so I know a lot of the rules and all that, but I know the under 22 initiative, works where the money, it helps you with the money situation. I don't know about the international roster slot. I'm not sure if you still need an international roster slot on that.
Yeah,
You might need it, and I'm not I'm not 100% on. So I'm not real sure. But I was
yeah.
trying to remember, wasn't there a player that was being rumored from Jorge Mas's other team, Zaragoza?
Zaragoza, yeah.
There was
But I think
some player that was rumored to be going there. I mean,
yeah,
coming to us
that's
from there.
yeah. We I don't think I know that a player was from our team is going might go to them.
Right.
Um,
That's Avilés was rumored to be going there, but I thought there was a rumor of somebody coming to us as well. But I don't know. it gets mixed up because there's so many rumors out there. Um,
Exactly.
but
So that's the
but
thing.
my concern right now is so Callender's gone, Redondo's gone. New rumor that Ruiz is being shopped. That he's that there's a few MLS clubs that are interested in him, so he could end up going. So what just feels like now these are players that aren't really. I mean, like Redondo is playing, but Callender's not playing. Um, Ruiz is not playing. You know what it tells you? Don't get hurt on this team. You get
Oh
hurt,
yeah.
you're getting shipped out.
And yeah, you're getting canned, and yeah, you're not gonna definitely not gonna get any minutes. So yeah, because Ruiz is one example of a guy he's already been back for a little bit, and they haven't even played him. So I think he asked to leave because he's, like I said, he was already recovered. He's ready to play, but he's only been playing with the second team. So there's a concern right there for him, not getting the minutes, and I think he asked to leave. So I don't know if you saw that one, Peter, but there's a couple MLS teams that want him.
For who? Ruiz?
Ruiz, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was just mentioning. Yeah, there's definitely so I don't like losing our homegrowns, right? And he's one of our homegrowns. Now, obviously, it's a business; it's going to happen, but I just want to know who's replacing these people because it can't all be. I'm sorry, people that are new to MLS. It can't all be these $7 million, $17 million players. It just doesn't work that way in this league, unfortunately. So, he came up from the academy. Have they promoted anybody from the academy this year? I don't think they have. And in previous years, it seems like there's at least one player almost every year that gets promoted up. So who's coming? Who's filling in for Ruiz? I mean, because Ruiz at this point, even if he's healthy with this club, he would be a depth player. Just
Right.
somebody gets hurt, he's coming in, or somebody's
But he
tired,
wants to
he's coming.
play. He wants to play because he's playing for the national Honduras
I
national
get
team.
his perspective. I'm just thinking from us, from a club, who's filling his spot. Who's filling calendar spot. Sorry, we signed him to another year. Are we really banking on this guy that was retired? And he does some good stuff, but he does sometimes I shake my head. It you know we don't seem to be caring about the young players that are coming up. Not this group, not Mascherano, maybe his regime or whoever is pulling the strings since Chris Henderson's gone.
Yeah, because we don't even know who wasn't it this guy what
Uh,
was his name?
Messi's
I
buddy.
forgot his name.
I forgot.
Yeah, who actually apparently kicked Henderson out of his office. And
Oh, well, that guy got demoted. If you remember, he got
oh yeah, because
he got sent to the
I
front
guess.
office. I mean, like, go do something else. We're gonna make you go
Hmm.
away quietly. No, there was another guy that apparently was close to Messi, and he worked with Messi from the academy and things like that
Oh
way
yeah, yeah.
back when. He's supposedly pulling the strings, but first off, he didn't know anything about MLS. So Francisco is saying basically what I'm trying to say is Academy has to pop out more players, at least 4 or 5 decent players. They also got rid of Afonso. I forgot about him. They got rid of Afonso as well this year.
Another
So
young player that had a promise,
yeah, and
Brazilian. So he's
yeah,
not meeting
I
the requirements apparently.
I don't have a problem so much with bringing up players, being somewhat of a selling club as well, bringing up players and selling them and making money. I don't know if we've actually made any money on really these players. Like when you get rid of somebody like Afonso and you generally, I don't remember the exact amount we got for him, but it's probably something like 150,000 in GAM because that's usually what it is. It's anywhere from 150 to 250,000 in GAM most of the time within
Right.
MLS. So I don't think that's really making money on your investment through the academy. So if bringing up players, I want to sell them, I want to make money on them, or promote them moving to Europe or something like that. That which is great. Um, Nick Smith mentioning that Santi would be the newest to bring up, but he's still far down the pecking order. Well, he's with the first team, but he doesn't really play much. He gets onto the field once. Santi Morales, yeah, I mean, he gets on the field once in a blue moon, but doesn't
Yeah,
really. I mean,
I
I
think
think
he's
he's
only
played
been
once
on
this year, maybe once or twice.
maybe twice. Yeah, but yeah, he's not being taken into consideration. So yeah, that's an issue that we have. We're depending too much on these big names. DePaul being the latest, and you brought it up while we were watching the game. Is he really worth all the money that they paid for him? And I you made me think because I was like, well, he's good, but something's not right. You know.
Yeah, DePaul, is he worth $17 million? Is what I say almost all game. I keep every time he touches the ball, I look at you or Julio or my wife, and I'm like, is that worth 17 million? Because that's what we're gonna have to pay for him from next year. I know he's a good player, but I just don't see the $17 million value unless the $17 million value really is just to why we get a thumbs down? What's wrong? You don't like what I'm saying? Um uh, if is a $17 million investment on DePaul only to get Messi to resign, like to make him happy? Okay, then maybe it's worth it. If that's what you're doing. Again, he's a good player. Yeah. See there, Nick Smith is saying exactly that. Uh, if it keeps Messi here and happy, then yes, it's worth $17 million. That may be his true value. Makes Messi happy. That may be his true value. He is a good player. I'm not trying to diminish him, but I just don't see that he is worth the money that they're going to have to spend for him. So that's my concern. But then I also started thinking. I think we were chatting with a buddy of ours, and I was saying that it seems like this ownership or this whoever's pulling the strings, all they're doing is looking for big name or maybe somewhat affordable, whatever, South American players, and just finding a collection of South American players, which is fine if it's a collection that fits together and makes a team. I don't know if they know how to put together a team. That's what I'm curious. They know how to grab a bunch of individual talented players, but I don't know if they're putting together a team. That's
Right, I agree. Like you were talking about the South American players right now, like they can get cheaper players in South America. Ecuador, for example, they have the best defense in South America. We could have gotten some guys from there, but yeah, they're just like concentrated in Argentina for some reason. So that's something that's concerning for us.
Yeah, I made it South American players, but just because trying to be a little more broad, but it's mostly Argentina. Yeah. There was a new rumor I saw pop up, but I don't put anything to it. It just said something about some Uruguayan player that they're trying to bring in, but he's going to be worth a bunch of money and this and that. They don't. I mean, they just can't do it money wise. You just can't do it. So, yeah, Louis Rodriguez is saying the defense needs work. Well, hopefully, I mean this guy. Uh, Gonzalo from Club America. Hopefully, he helps with that. Hopefully, he's the answer. Louis also says DePaul is a World Cup winner. Okay, so
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think he's starting to adapt to the team pretty well. He's making good passes. He's doing his thing, but it's still, our comment was more because we thought, he was still adapting, and so far we haven't seen.
right.
You
He may get there, but I don't see it
right.
yet. And to my point of like, so what? He's a World Cup winner. Part of in the back of my head, I was trying to remember his name. So was Matuidi. Matuidi was a World Cup
Oh
winner
yeah,
too, and he
Matuidi was
sucked on this team. I'm not saying DePaul is going to suck. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying I'm questioning the dollar amount that we have to pay for him. And I hope that he does kind of get acclimated and it becomes well worth the money. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm not seeing it yet. I see a good player. I don't see a $17 million player. That's all I'm saying. He may get there.
yeah,
Just don't
yeah.
see
I
it
think
yet.
too. I hopefully he will. At least my daughter who's sitting next to me, she thinks that DePaul's kind of cute.
Well, that's just because he
So
looks cute. Yeah,
she
exactly.
said, look. She's like, what'd you think?
Oh, he is cute.
He is cute.
He's a little fashionista.
Oh yeah.
He has a labubu on his purse.
What was that?
A labubu on his purse.
A labubu.
Yeah, you didn't saw him with the blue outfit and the Louis Vuitton.
Labubu. Yeah, the thing is, Peter and I wouldn't know those things because we're
Oh
old.
my God, you need to
I don't know what you're
We-
talking about. I mean,
Yeah, we're like boo boo.
You need to be in the trend of the fashion world.
We need to be in the fashion world too, Peter. You need to get with. After Adidas, I think that's as far as we go. Maybe Nike, right? We were talking about shoes, Puma.
yeah.
I was criticizing Julio about him wearing Pumas with Adidas shoes.
Yeah, Puma
And,
socks with Adidas shoes. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So she's telling us we got to get with it, man, because we're old fashioned or something.
Yeah.
They're getting into the field.
You see her?
The picture that he has.
Yeah, so we get with the program, Peter Brown.
Oh, okay. Let me get hip.
Hey,
One world goal, going back to the DePaul conversation, is saying not everyone can fit with the pace and physicality in MLS, which is true. Not everyone can. Just look at oh darn it, his name just left my head. The French player from LAFC.
Giroud.
Yeah, Giroud. Yeah, he's now back in France, and he's killing it. Right.
Yeah,
So
he didn't adapt to the LA FC as they thought he didn't score that much, and I guess he's doing good. If you guys see me moving around a lot, it's because my daughter drives like a maniac.
Yeah. Seems like she's
to stabilize this thing, but it's it's impossible.
Yeah, Giroud, CS is mentioning. Yep. Yeah, so that's just another example of a player that came into MLS, class player, did nothing in MLS. And again, I'm not. And listen, I think Louis is getting thinking I'm going at DePaul. DePaul has contributed more than other players since they've been playing. Maybe.
Yeah, Louis likes to stir that pot, Peter.
Louis likes DePaul. Louis likes DePaul, and that's okay. You can like DePaul. I don't listen, Louis. I don't dislike DePaul. I'm just questioning if he's worth 17 million. That's all. Just questioning. Hopefully, he proves that he is worth it. Let's move on. Something else that I found interesting this weekend. That was all. Here, let me change.
Hold on, Valeria. Back to that topic. She's hearing that also on social media that some people are complaining that he's not that good. Oh, that the
okay. So they
just bring him for what?
To be a bodyguard.
To be Messi's bodyguard. See?
Hey, put your
Peter's too off.
Tell her to put her hands on the steering wheel. I saw her doing. Put your hands on the steering wheel.
I know. She's got this talent, man. It's kind of scary. She's using her knees.
Stop driving with your knees.
Yeah. Don't drive with your knees. She can.
Anyways, all right.
So she's saying, it was they hired him to be the bodyguard, not to really play. Is what she's saying. So,
okay.
We'll see.
So some more drama for your mama that came up this week, and we were talking a little bit about this while we're watching the game too. Franco Panizo had put this out. Follow him on Twitter if you're up to it. There was a post practice, I think it looks like a conversation. Somebody asked, I'm not sure who asked, if Franco asked the question, but somebody asked the question about playing and things like that. And Cremaschi comes out and says, I go into games not having a clue as to where I will play positionally. It's impossible to prepare for which position I'll play in. I think I'm going to play here, and then I end up playing somewhere else. Mentally, sometimes it's difficult. So, a lot of you might say this is not the smartest thing for you to do as a young player to say something like this, but a lot of people don't like him on the team. I don't mean in the locker room. I'm sure they love him, but fans Fans, I see them complain about him all the time. I think he had a really good year. What Messi's first 6 months, that first half season, I think Cremaschi was playing more. I think he played well with Messi, and then he seemed to be a little bit on a decline, but also he's not getting playing time. But here he is. He's voicing his now. Somebody asks him the question, he answers the question. To me, it comes across a little bit immature. Like there's probably a better way to say it. But I don't have a problem with a player saying that they want more playing time, or that answering that question, because here you've got Fafa probably asked a similar question. I don't see the question here, and it's in Spanish, so I don't know. But he's saying, obviously, I'm adapting. There's highs and lows. I'm still looking to be more of a part of this group, especially on the field. I'm still getting to know my teammates, and obviously I'd like to get to know them more on the field, continuing to grow. So basically, he's saying kind of like the same thing. He's saying, but in a much more professional way. Cremaschi could learn a thing or two from Fafa. Fafa's been around the league a little bit longer, and he knows how to answer the question in a professional manner. Funny thing is, the complaining got, I don't know if it's a byproduct, but both players ended up in the starting lineup.
And like what we mentioned it in the video too, in the vlog, that it's their opportunity. I mean, Mascherano heard them and said, okay, if you guys really think you can play as starters, prove it.
Well, here's what Mascherano actually said. But yeah, I agree with you, Ed. He said, from Tom Bogert, I understand he likes to play as a central midfielder. Now, here is okay. If I'm going to give Cremaschi a hard time about how he answered the question, same thing goes for Mascherano. Mascherano is new at coaching. This is not the way he should be answering, in a smart ass kind of way. To me, that's how I read this. It sounds very kind of smart ass. I also like to play as a central midfielder, but when I went to Barcelona, I had to play as a center back because otherwise I had no chance to play. Now, you might be right, but that's like, I don't think that's the right way to say it in front of the media. You say that maybe to the kid in the office. You don't say that to the media as the head coach. So, I didn't really care for the way he handled it either, but we did find it kind of interesting that uh, both players ended up in the starting lineup after a little bit of a complaint. Concerned though, the way they're shipping out players, Cremaschi could find himself being shipped out. I think part of it too is Cremaschi. You get a feeling that maybe a group of players have been getting together and complaining, right? Because you've heard, I think you were saying before tonight that Ruiz has been complaining and saying he wants more playing time, right? Ruiz and Cremaschi are buddies. They're buddies. They're both South Florida guys that came up in the academy. They're buddies, right? I think if I remember correctly, Redondo was complaining about getting enough playing time as well. So, there might have been a group of players, young players, getting together and bitching and moaning a little bit, right? So, you got to wonder if, they're going to find their way out. Here's Luca has something to say about this. I'm not sure what he's going to say here. But Luca M says, only Cremaschi's fault is that he will soon go from Miami. You don't talk to media before talking to coach. Cremaschi plays 10 times more than he should. So I disagree, Luca. I think Cremaschi's good. Is he starting lineup material? Probably not. But he is good. He's growing. But I also don't have a problem with a player answering a question. Somebody asked him the question and he answered it. He just has to learn how to be more professional. Learn from Fafa. Learn how to answer that question, right, Ed?
I totally agree, Peter. I mean, yeah, he just needs to talk more. I mean, hopefully, his dad told him, "Hey, bud, you gotta watch out what you say."
Let me.
That's
Let me.
he's still a kid, so
That's where I was going to go. Yeah, you just nailed it. My daughter is the same age as him. So she's 20. He's got to be 20 or 21. I don't know when his birthday is. She's going to be 21 this year. I Do you guys remember what you were like when you were 20? At 20 years old, did you have the balls to go into your boss's office and say, I want a raise, or I want more hours, or I want fill in the blank, whatever your profession is? Did you have the balls to do that at 20 years old? I
I was in
mean,
the military. I had to follow orders no matter what.
you
I
definitely
didn't
weren't
have a.
saying anything.
I
You were
definitely
definitely
wasn't
keeping your
saying
head down and
anything.
doing what you're told.
Would have had to clean latrines, man. Oh no.
Man, you don't know, most of you guys watching this are probably older and more experienced people. And as an experienced adult, yeah, I would go and have a professional conversation with my boss about what my desires are. But at 20 years old, I'm not. And at 20 years old, I may say something stupid. Look, I say stupid stuff here, and I'm 56. So you say something stupid in front of the media. Should it cost you your job? No, and hopefully it doesn't. But it definitely wasn't the most professional thing, and hopefully he learns from it, and it doesn't affect him from playing.
Agree, Peter, on that. Yeah, hopefully he'll get better at that. All the players will hopefully get better at it.
Nick Smith mentioning Benha didn't do himself any favors with his play last night after that either. I agree. I think I said to you, Ed, I was more so talking about Fafa, but because he was playing well, and I said, man, he needs to score. He needs to score to keep his spot in. I don't even mean the starting lineup, because maybe Fafa at this age of a time of his career is not a starter, but he's a super sub, comes up off the bench, whatever. But regardless, in order to be somebody that's considered to be playing in that 90 minutes, whether it's a starter or whether it's off the bench, I felt like, man, that he needs to score. He needs to put a ball in the back of the net. Cremaschi, same thing. He needed to play better than like when they took out Segovia. I said to you, I would have preferred they took out Cremaschi and leave Segovia in. I think Segovia was having a pretty good game. He might
You
have been
said
tired,
that.
but
Yeah.
I would have taken out Cremaschi. So I agree, Nick. There was a comment here from Mr. Krabs that is a topic of conversation I've seen online. Yannick Bright liked a post saying that Inter Miami mistreats American players. I saw a
Ouch.
little video. Like, I like to follow Herculez Gomez, former MLS player, played in Mexico as well. Now pundit on ESPN. Sometimes I don't agree with what he says, but I like people that have opinions. And whether you like the opinions or not, makes it more entertaining to watch. He put out a little video. I watch him on YouTube. He put out a little video talking about this, specifically with Inter Miami, that there's on a regular basis. Now, it's not every game, but for most games, there are no Americans in the starting lineup. Most games. And that kind of feels like a bit of an issue when MLS was first created, it was a big priority to have to grow the American players, to better the national team. That was part of the job of MLS. And Inter Miami is not doing its part for sure. But mistreating them. I mean, I don't know. The thing with Calendar, the rumor was he wasn't consulted in any way. He wasn't told that, hey, we're shipping you out. Now, they don't have to. It's a professional environment. They don't have to. But when it's a guy that's been with your team from day one, you might at least want to give him a heads up, like, hey, dude, pack your bags, get your garage in order. You don't get a choice as to whether you're going to get shipped out, but you can at least get the heads up.
Right, that's true. I agree with that. If that's true that they've done deals without the players knowing, that's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's their prerogative. But they'll do what they want. But they should at least have the decency to say, "Hey guys, look, this is what's happening."
Yeah, and whether you agree with it or not, about the American players in this league, it is important. And you hear this kind of conversation happening in other leagues as well. I remember years ago hearing people talking about this in England, that there were so many foreign players in the Premier League that wasn't really helping the English player, right? Now there's plenty of English players in the Premier League, but that was a concern at one point. I remember reading an article about it. So, there it is something that we as Americans, and if you're watching this from someplace else in the world, you don't care about our national team, right? But we do, and it is part of the job of MLS to kind of grow the MLS player. I mean, the American player. At least it used to be. I don't know if it is anymore. I don't know if that's their priority now, or their priority is to become, baby Premier League, right? Because
It could be. We don't know. It could be.
right. Francisco is mentioning outside MLS, a player has to know if there are offers, and he decides. Only in American sports is a player treated like this. Yeah. And as an American, I mean, that's why I said I'm not shocked when a player is traded, because no other sports has really the trade, right? No, I mean, no other leagues in the world really have the trade. When you're traded, if Drake is traded to Charlotte, he doesn't really get a say in the matter. I only say, like, look, sometimes you hear things like, oh, the team was getting rid of this player because they wanted a trade. They wanted to get more playing time, and we're accommodating that player. That's great. But you're not obligated to do that as a club, but it is a nice thing to do. And with Drake, I'm not saying that they should consult him like, hey, do you want to be traded? Do you not want to be traded? Where would you like to be traded to? They don't have to do any of that. I'm just saying, hey, little heads up, dude. You might want to get your stuff ready, That's all I'm saying. But like, oh yeah, Mr. Crab says that's just how American sports are. But it is something to keep an eye on. Just like if you're, I've joked around about it before, saying if you're an American on this team, good luck. You have an uphill battle. But if you're an American that doesn't speak Spanish, well, you're doomed. I don't understand how Ryan Taylor is still on this team, right? Because
he's a token gringo. Peter,
you got to have one white guy. I mean, like, he's white, like me.
You got to have one white guy. So he's the guy.
He's super gringo, just like me. It's like you got to have the token. But I'm shocked because, I mean, maybe he speaks Spanish. I don't know. But like Fafa is American and Haitian and all that, but he speaks Spanish, so he could survive.
He speaks a few languages.
Yeah, he speaks like 3 or something like that, 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Noah Allen, I'm not sure if he speaks Spanish, but I got a feeling he might. Growing up in South Florida, American player. But so, again, and I'm not saying an American player, you might have an opportunity on this team. It's just going to be an uphill battle. You're always got to look over your shoulder because there's an Argentine coming for your job every single time, every day. I agree, Wycia. I agree with you. Ryan is happy just to collect decent pay. I heard he likes living here, and he's content. But I'm still surprised the team keeps him, just because they very rarely play him. He's played once or twice this year. That was it. So, One World, One Goal saying, I do love Fafa. Good dude. And she says that Noah's girlfriend is Colombian. So maybe he speaks Spanish, but that doesn't mean anything because I go to Colombia from time to time and I don't speak any Spanish.
Or he's going to learn. With the girlfriend, he's probably going to learn.
Okay, then what's my excuse for being married to a Brazilian for 24 years and I still don't speak Portuguese?
Lazy.
Oh. Just straight up lazy. Well, we didn't get a chance today to talk about, I wanted to talk a little bit about my experience in Orlando, but we didn't get a chance to. That's okay. We could do it another day. There was just certain things I took away from that trip. So, we didn't get a chance to talk about. We had a lot of fun. Tonight, the show went quick, talking about trades. Somebody saying in the chat they don't like the word trade. It feels like you're not human and you're a commodity. Well, kind of are in this country sometimes. But anyways, Ed, what's going on? Do we have anything else going on this week?
Yeah, well, actually, it's probably going to be, during the middle of the week, there should be you're going to go to the, what's it called, Leagues Cup game.
Yep.
still gonna try to do a Spanish show tomorrow. Hopefully, you guys will be able to see it, and yeah, we'll try to keep you guys entertained with our videos.
Yep. So, let me do a quick refresh. Where are we at? Looks like we are 14. If you made it to the end of this video, you must like what we're doing. So share. Tell people we are 14 away from being 10,000 subscribers. Help us get to 10,000. We are really, really close to 10,000. So help us get there. These game day vlogs definitely help. But those of you that sit through this whole show and everything, you guys are the ones that are really dedicated to what we do, and you like what we do, and we like that you're here. So help us get to 10,000. Help us get that last 14 and put us over the hump. That'd be really, really cool. So thanks everybody for watching. I saw a chat here real quick that Nick Smith said he's been married to a Puerto Rican for 16 years and doesn't speak Spanish. I'm right there with you. Francisco said that he's waiting for a Portuguese show. Only if my wife does it. So that's, not coming from me. So I just say a few words and that's about it. Same thing with my Spanish. Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell thing that we were talking about. Thanks, everybody. See you later.